thinking? You're thinking, now there's a woman who has it rough. Well, you're right. There I was in New York City, minding my own business, which is to say, an occupation not so much outside the law as just a little ahead of it. And suddenly this cop busts me. Makes me go undercover as the girlfriend of the most dangerous gangster on the East Coast. Don't worry, he says, nobody will ever find out you're working for the cops. Now this criminal makes killing me his life's work. So the cops send me to Palm Springs to give me a new identity. And then if that isn't bad enough, they assign the jerk cop who got me into this mess in the first place to be my permanent bodyguard. To pull off this perfect cover, we have to pretend to be man and wife. You get the picture? To stay alive, I'm being forced to live in a mansion with a gorgeous hunk, drive drop-dead cars, and wear designer clothes. And let me tell you, I do not intend to put up with it a moment longer than I have to. Stick around. We'll have some fun.
How we let Dani talk us into throwing this party.
He didn't talk us into it. He insisted. Makes P.S.I. look good to participate in all these charity events, so noblesse oblige.
What?
Nobility obliges. If you want to live in a mansion like this, you gotta pay some dues.
You know, who ever heard of traipsing from house to house to eat one dinner? With soup here, salad there, entree in the next block. It's like a scavenger hunt for gluttons.
Well, all we're responsible for is dessert. I figure by the time people get through 7 courses, they'll be so full they won't show up.
All right, now hold the ladder really steady. I want to put the angel on top.
Hello?
Hey, Dani, put Cody on, will you?
Oh, hi, Mr. Dani. Merry Christmas to you, too. He'll be right...
Dani! Dad!
I'll have him call you right back.
You were holding the ladder.
Okay. I'll get you a nice big glass of eggnog. We'll start all over, and in no time...
Hey, in no time, I'll be asleep. Determined never to have anything to do with you again. Look at that. I'm going to bed. I'll get up in the morning and fix the tree by myself. Oh.
Wow, so good.
Sleeping.
I know. That's why I'm waking you up.
I'm awake now. What?
Somebody's breaking into the house next door. The one we're supposed to be keeping an eye on.
All right, we'll call P.S.I.
We are P.S.I.
Oh, you're right. Ow!
Easy.
Ow! Damn, there's thorns on this. All right, now look. You stay put, okay? On this side of the wall.
One dozen one, 1,002.
Joey, but leave him alone!
Hey, I'm not a thief. I'm a P.S.I. security guard. Now, we get off me?
What the hell are you two doing here?
I was told P.S.I. would provide us with security, not beat us up.
The rat's a cop. I'm gonna kill him.
Hey, you were told by who?
By whom?
By Mr. Durning. He said he'd call ahead to tell you that we'd be coming in late.
He didn't call anybody.
This is our lease. I guess Durning just got busy. We're the pals from next door.
I don't understand why Durning didn't call.
Hey, it's Christmas time. Everybody gets a little crazy.
You haven't heard the end of this.
I did call, and you said you'd have Cody call me right back. I'm still waiting, by the way.
You know, it's bad enough that you intercept my messages. You don't even pass them along to me.
Cody, the way that angel was sticking out of your ear, I thought for sure you need an ambulance.
Ambulance? Angel, ambulance? What the hell is she talking about?
Mr. Durning, I'm sure you have better things to do than sit here and listen to Cody's irritating little complaints.
Danny, Mr. Markham's heart condition is hardly an irritating little complaint. The man came to the desert to recuperate. For God's sake, you could have killed him.
I could have killed him. He's the one who hit the poor man.
All right, I hit the guy, okay? He's waving a flashlight at me. If you weren't so damn nosy, I wouldn't have
I
gotten
don't care
over there in the
whose fault
first
it
place.
is. The point is, we got to make it up to these people. Now, Danny, I want you to go out and buy the Markhams the biggest welcome basket ever invented. Then I want you to take it over personally and make nice to these people. You understand?
How much can I spend?
I don't care. I'll leave that up to you.
You will?
Yeah. Now go on, get the hell out of here. Cody, where do you think you're going? I'm not through with you yet.
Oh. Well, don't be too hard on him, sir.
Get at it. Hey, look.
Shut the door.
I screwed up.
Cody, what I have to say, I couldn't say in front of Danny.
What? She thinks something wrong? I mean, I know she messes up little things every once in a while, but she's basically, I think she's doing all right, don't you?
All right. Well, she's fantastic. You know, Cody, I never would have dreamed that Danny, the con woman, would turn out to be one of the best investigative operatives I've ever seen. On the other hand, despite her apparent rehabilitation, I just can't handle the idea of leaving her alone with a box of coins worth over $3 million.
$3 million?
Yeah. Somebody I want you to meet, only not here at the office, because I don't want her asking any questions.
Oh, terrific. Thank you. Dory, I need a PO on this gift basket. What's I charge it to? Public relations? Avoiding lawsuits?
Or why not charge it to the client?
Client? Of course. Which is?
Mr. Bracken, Interworld Insurance.
And just who?
Call Mr. Bracken and tell him that I've moved the tea time back by a half hour. And tell him that Mr. Powell and I are on our way.
Right away, sir.
Tea time. Cody doesn't drink tea.
Oh, we're talking golf, honey. This valley's greatest passion.
Mr. Powell has a lot of passions. None of them is golf.
Oh, golf is very much a business here. It's where everything gets done.
Is that right?
The case started 3 years ago in New Haven, Connecticut. A residential burglary in which a valuable coin collection was stolen. House was set on fire to destroy the evidence. The husband died in the fire. We paid the widow $3 million on their theft and life policies. Within 3 months, my partner and I started finding discrepancies in her story. Then the big complication. My partner married the widow. My sentiments exactly.
The name of the happy couple, John and Mary Markham. That's your new next-door neighbor.
I don't feel so bad about slugging the guy now. So what have they been doing the last 3 years?
Then they left the country, hit every resort in the world where there was a bathing suit opportunity for Mary or gambling for John. 3 weeks ago, they ran into trouble paying their hotel bill in London.
3 years is a long time to track two people around the world.
Mr. Powell, when your partner sticks it to you, it gets very personal.
You see, he believes that the Markhams have come back to the States to claim the coin collection they couldn't take through customs while it was hot.
So you think the coins are in Palm Springs?
John and Mary are out of money. It's the first place they came.
But with you and Danny living next door, maybe you can get close enough to them to find out what they're up to, without telling Danny. About the coins, of course.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to tell us something. My wife's got this built-in radar, you know, that can land a 747 in a hurricane.
I'll handle Dani.
Oh, it is just beautiful.
Please tell Mr. Durning how much we appreciate it.
Oh, I will.
I'd rather have not gotten hit, thank you.
Men have this thing about getting physical. I think it's from watching too much football. Or maybe it's all that beer. You think beer could have testosterone in it?
Let's put all that behind us. Listen, why don't you and Cody come over to our house this afternoon? We'll barbecue.
I'd love to, but Cody's a little antisocial.
Oh.
I'd never get him to agree, so I better say no thanks.
No, come on, I'd love to barbecue with them. Why don't you call them up? Tell them we accept.
Wait a minute. You're the one always keeping me away from strangers. How come all of a sudden you're Mr. Gregarious?
Hey, you know, we can't live our whole lives as hermits. You know, I mean, people need people.
I know. They're the luckiest people in the world. What's going on here?
Nothing. I'm just trying to give you what you're always asking for. A chance to go out and make new friends.
Dani, the invitation is still open. Shall we say 5 o'clock? Just a second, Dani.
Tell her we'll come to her house.
That'll be fine. We'll see you then. Bye. We're on. But their barbecue's broken, so they're going to bring the food over and use ours.
Good. Good. I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I'm looking forward to an explanation.
You want to know what this is about?
Damn right.
I didn't want you to know because it's, well, frankly, it's a little unsavory. It's a sex scandal.
Sex scandal?
The Markhams are swingers.
Swingers? Nobody said that since the 60s.
Well, they're suspected of having sex with other couples and then taking pictures and blackmailing the participants.
Oh. So you want me and Cody to have sex with them, let them take our pictures, and see if they blackmail us?
No, of course not. I just see if they ask. I mean, who else they approach, that sort of thing. Dani, just keep your eyes and ears open.
And everything else closed.
Absolutely.
Okay. But isn't running orgies a risky profession for a heart patient?
Well, they're playing with fire.
Hey, Mr. Dirty. How'd it go? You told her what?
Dory, you got a phone contact on Mr. Bracken? Not his hotel, his office, or... No, don't bother him. I'll get it on my own. Yeah.
Interworld, Miss Winkle speaking.
Ah, Miss Winkle. This is Dani Powell, Mr. Durning's special assistant at P.S.I. I'm working on the Interworld case with your Mr. Bracken. His copies of the case file have been copied so many times they're barely legible. I wonder if you could fax a fresh set over to P.S.I. To my attention.
Miss Powell, I have no idea what you're talking about. If this Mr. Bracken is working in this area, it's without the notification to this office, which is strictly against policy.
Well, even if you aren't aware of it, is there a way you can check your company's central files?
Miss Powell, you sound like the kind of person I'd like to help, but without some authorization, I just can't do it.
Thank you so much for your time.
If you're a little nervous about this sex thing, don't worry about it, okay? Because I'm going to be there.
But that doesn't make me even more nervous. Look, I've been pursued by the best of them. Now that I know the score, I can handle Mr. Hot to Trot. Question is, are you ready?
Am I ready for what? To handle Mrs. Markham? Are you kidding me?
Cody, we aren't talking getting naked to protect our cover story. We are talking about the real risk here, intellectual entrapment.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
It means the Markhams can ask us questions we can't answer.
Well, now that we're married, maybe we ought to get to know each other.
A very good idea. We should start with where we met, how we fell in love, that kind of thing.
What do you say, we met in Hoboken?
No, no, no. The last thing we want to call attention to is your real background as a cop. We met in the south of France.
Come on, I never been to France.
Well, where else have you been besides Hell's Kitchen and Harlem?
I was in college. I went to Fort Lauderdale on a spring break. Great time.
Don't tell me that's the only place you've been besides New York.
I went straight to the police academy right after I graduated from college. I didn't have time to go traveling around.
Well, luckily I spent some time on Trump's yacht when it was docked there. Lauderdale it is.
You throw me the next strand, will you? Let me get this done with. Take a shower before our guests arrive. So how was the Donald, huh? Did you, or were you just after one of his cronies? Hey!
Now you don't need the shower.
You're dead. Better run. There's nowhere you can hide.
Welcome to our humble abode.
How you doing? Let me take that from you. How you doing, Jen?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Looks like a great party house.
Living room?
Sit down. Pretty treat.
Yeah, see? You watch 4 football games at the same time.
Oh, man, I'm in football. If John's anything like Cody...
Isn't the master bedroom around here somewhere?
Oh, yes, right down through there.
John feels a person's bedroom says so much about them.
Boy, they don't waste any time, huh? They really are perverts.
This bed could sleep 8.
Yeah, but 6. 6 is our limit.
And here's the master bath and sauna.
You could really stretch out in a sauna that big.
Who added all of the improvements?
Well, how'd you know they were added on?
Oh, well, I'm somewhat of a student of architecture, and I can see there's been a great deal of remodeling.
Well, you're right. Last guy that owned this place put a lot of money into it. Added on a couple rooms, just fixed the whole place up.
They must have been real party people. Why don't we all force some Christmas cheer and get to know each other better?
Hey, here's a good idea. Come on. Come on, sweetheart.
You stop looking so diabolical and lighten up.
Hey, if I seem upset, it's because we have a serious problem here. This house has been remodeled so much since we rented it, I'm completely turned around. I don't have the faintest idea what wall I hid those coins in.
Relax. We'll have all the time in the world to look once they're dead.
Cody, over here.
Hey.
Now, here's a great shot. Your domesticated look. Smile.
Oh, now look what you made me do. I think I
Sorry.
chipped a tooth.
You guys have a good local dentist.
Oh, yeah. We both go to Dr. Grosvenor over on Indian Canyon, but are you all right?
So, John, how long are you and Mary going to be in the Springs?
Just for a week. Then we're off to Paris. We're gonna stay at the George Sand, hit out museums, drink champagne till dawn.
Oh, be still my heart.
Come with us. It'll be fun. The 4 of us, together.
Well, it's kind of tough for Danny and I to break away from our jobs on such quick notice.
Cody, until you've had a life-threatening illness, you can't possibly know how important it is to take advantage of every waking moment. To savor all of life's incredibly beautiful, diverse flavors.
Well, you do make life sound appetizing, but...
John, we can't expect Cody and Dani to accept our offer until they get to know us much more intimately.
Oh, that's not necessary. I'd go to Paris with the toe of the hunt. No offense.
Damn it, it's hot. Hey, sweetheart, did you ever buy that set of long-handled tongs like the ones we used to borrow from next door?
When did you ever tell
See,
me
that
to buy
figures.
it?
That figures. See, Danny's thing in life is you don't buy anything if you can borrow it.
Tell me where they are. I'll go get them.
No, it'd be faster for me. Probably know the house better than you do.
I'll come with you. Keep these turning and watch the flame. It's deadly.
Damn, I thought I left them here. Just left them in the kitchen.
I'll check inside.
All right. So the barbecue doesn't work, huh? What'd you do? Find him?
That miserable lowlife hit me again. This time from behind. I swear I'm gonna kill him.
He says he didn't do it, John. He even offered to call an ambulance and the police. Now, we wouldn't want that, would we?
Well, he claims that somebody hit him, Mr. Dani, but I don't know how it fits in yet. I don't even know if he's telling the truth.
Cody!
Well, I gotta go. The Queen's calling me. Bye.
Cody, get out here. I don't know what I'm doing here. Here, do it.
Give me that. You get the fire too high.
So why'd you hit him again?
I didn't hit him. Somebody else hit him when I was checking out his barbecue.
Why were you checking out his barbecue?
Well, because I wanted to make sure that I was right about them having a reason to come over here.
What reason?
Well, I figured they probably thought it would be easier to kind of warm us up to their fun and games if we were in our own house.
Is that what you think?
Well, you got a better explanation?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. If there really was somebody else in that house next door, why did...
Look, it was dark, okay? He probably hit his head on the shelf. I mean, if there really was an intruder, I think he would have let me call the police, don't you think?
I suppose. Unless they didn't want cops around because their house is full of, you know, kinky paraphernalia.
Well, why don't we get on with the evening? We'll let them tell us what they're up to, then we don't have to second guess them. That's good now.
You realize that if Cody didn't hit me, there's only one other possibility.
If your ex-partner followed us here, then this time we'll just kill him. Now sit up, darling, and give us that wonderful smile. We have to go next door and show Dani and Cody what special people we are.
You know, this is great what we're doing here, but it's not the kind of fun that we could show you in Paris.
Hey, here's an idea. Let us arrange some entertainment for you tomorrow that you'll never forget.
That sounds real neighborly.
And Cody, are you forgetting our party tonight?
Hey, we'll work around it.
It's not just to show you a good time, it's really for John. After all, we never know when the next Christmas is going to be his last, and I want to make everyone count. What do you say?
Sounds good.
I think maybe we came on a little too strong.
We have no choice. We have to gain their confidence completely by tomorrow if this is going to work.
It's not as if you're finding this whole thing distasteful. I see the way you look at Cody.
And Dani isn't just beyond your wildest dreams.
Well, it just makes it a little easier to do what we have to do to get close to them.
Then you won't have second thoughts about killing her.
No. And what about you killing Cody?
When you're in love, you do what you have to do.
You know, I don't think I'll ever feel like I can completely trust you.
Nor are you, my darling.
Cody, you think Dani's still buying our cover story about the immoral sex ring?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's so worried about getting dragged into some kind of couple scene. I saw her walking out of the house before in this outfit that was like just this side of an Amish minister.
Miss Winkle? Yes? I'm Danielle Powell, Palm Security and Investigations. I phoned you about the case Dan Bracken is working on.
Yes, and I did double check. There's no notification of any local investigation involving Mr. Bracken. You see, I'm the field supervisor for the entire Coachella Valley, and my company would simply not have a local investigation without notifying me.
Of course not. Unless someone in some other office for some reason is working around you. You see, Mr. Bracken has already been here a couple of days.
Is that right? Well, we'll just get to the bottom of this. Probably one of those little bits of fluff they keep hiring in the home office in Omaha. When will those men learn to hire staff by IQ and not cup size?
You have that problem in this organization, too.
Oh, I could tell you stories, Miss Powell, but don't you worry. If there's any information at all in our system, I can access the database.
It is a pleasure to work with someone who really knows her work.
Now, you said the investigator's name was, Dan Bracken?
That's right.
You think they stashed $3 million worth of rare coins somewhere inside the Packer house?
No question. I'm telling you, if you look back through the records, you're going to find that this is the same house that they rented last time they were in Palm Springs. I mean, they keep checking the place out. They're asking questions about the remodeling.
But Cody, why would they be looking around if they know where the coins are stashed?
I think the renovation was so complete, they're just confused. I mean, the coins may not even be in this house anymore.
It's also possible that one of them's doing a number on the other one. Don't forget that Mrs. Markham's first husband died under, shall we say, rather mysterious circumstances.
That's odd. He's on leave of absence. Has been for some time.
Then he must be working on this case freelance. Probably hoping for some big reward.
That's completely outside company policy.
So, let's nail him, Miss Winkle. Put a big feather in your cap from those skirt chasers in Omaha. What was the last case Dan Bracken was working on?
He had several cases open, but the only thing big enough to merit a major reward is, the New Haven case. He was investigating a possible fraudulent claim on a coin collection worth, $3 million.
$3 million? $3 million? Tell me all about it, Miss Winkle. Thank you very much. I love your hair, Miss Winkle.
Oh. Thanks. It's Agnes.
Really? See, I don't have a name for my hair.
No, I meant...
My goodness. Bringing us to a hotel. What kind of surprise could this possibly be?
I want everyone to know that this is a pro-am event. Anybody who wants to put their hard body up against up against our professional models has the opportunity to win cash plus an exciting array of sportswear by Desert Rays Incorporated. So ladies, what do you say?
I hope we didn't make too much of this. Female beauty is my one great passion in life.
Well, you know, John, you gotta have one.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to meet our professional bikini contest participants. All of these young ladies have won substantial cash awards for their talents. Well, good luck now, guys, because
John, what's the matter?
Usually this sort of thing perks me right up. I'm afraid I had a little warning pain. It happens all the time. Oh, I don't believe this. I forgot to refill my pill case.
Oh, John, not again.
No, it's no problem. I'll just grab a cab home. I'll be back before the finals.
Hey, John, I'll give you a ride back.
No, there's no reason to spoil your fun. I'll be back.
You're
You sure?
ladies, there's still time to enter the amateur division. I see some fine-looking candidates out there. Two of our newest contestants
I think I'll enter.
What?
You got a problem with that? Think I can't cut it?
Well, so you can't cut
Well,
it.
then why should I sit here and watch you drool over these young babes when I could use a little adulation myself?
Go for it, Dani.
What do you think? You're not going out there.
See you on stage, Slip.
Looks like Dani got sick, too. She went back to the house.
She followed John?
No, I don't think so. I think she went back to our house, and John went back to your house.
I wish I could be sure of that.
What do you mean?
Can we go too?
Yeah, sure.
Let me call John first. Tell him we're coming home.
Don't you find it odd that Dani didn't tell us she was taking the car?
Yeah, she must have gotten pretty sick.
Cody, could I ask you a very personal question?
Sure.
How much do you trust Dani?
What do you mean?
You haven't noticed the way that she and John have been looking at each other?
No. Look, Dani and we're married, you know. I trust her completely.
Even if there's a large sum of money involved?
Oh, sure. Money means nothing to Dani.
But if she did betray you, what would you do?
Okay, John. I don't know what you're trying to prove with this sex ring business, but I know what the real deal is. The coin collection. Okay, play it as cool as you want, but I know what I'm talking about.
I think it's an excellent likeness.
You must be Mr. Bracken.
Yes, I must. And you are the spectacular Mrs. Powell. I guess you're wondering why John there is so underdressed. That's because that's what he sleeps in. You, on the other hand, will be more substantially dressed. But first, Mrs. Powell, take off your clothes.
We didn't hit it off, Cody.
Well, no hard feelings.
Actually, there are.
Now, what's this all about?
We have an appointment next door. Let's go. This is no time to be cute, Cody.
Come on, Bracken. It's a little early for my bedtime.
Oh, it's later than you think, Mrs. Powell. I'm waiting.
Gee, Dan, I hope we're not interrupting anything.
No, I was just getting her ready for, you know.
So, Bracken, now it's you and Mary, huh? Keep her to sleep with one eye open at night. Does creep do anything to you?
I'm okay. So far.
All right, let's get this show on the road. There's going to be a Christmas party here tonight.
The Powells are not at home at the moment. I'm sure they had some last-minute preparations to do. go in anyway. I'm sure the Powells won't mind.
You know, you're never gonna get away with this.
You're quite right. We're not gonna get away with anything. 3 of us are gonna get burned up in a fire. That's what we get for playing with matches. You two, on the other hand, are gonna get far away. We've switched IDs, we've switched clothing, we've switched houses.
We've even switched dental records.
So that's why you wanted to know about our dentist.
Afraid so.
You know, gasoline's detectable even after it burns up. They're gonna notify we're set.
Sherlock, you're talking to an insurance investigator. This isn't gasoline, this is biethylene. Burns 100 degrees hotter than gasoline. And completely untraceable. Eventually, some forensic sleuth will come up with that little bullet I put in John's heart, and yes, he'll correctly deduce that this is a triple murder. And then they'll find a record of your passports leaving the country, and I suppose they'll launch a worldwide manhunt. But they'll be looking for you, not us. Come on, let's get our coins and start our hunting. Don't do anything we wouldn't do.
Rest ye very gentle, and let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Those kids in there screeching, what do you think? Anybody's gonna hear anything? All right, this looks right. South wall, under a light switch. This could be it, baby.
Mr. Durning, the Justice Department's on the private line. She used the code name Sigma 4.
Yeah, Durning here. What do you got?
I need to know the
password for 202. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, on today's computer scan of international flights, Southeast Airlines reports tickets purchased by Danielle Powell and Cody Powell for Peru. Now, our records show these are both new identities being administered by you on behalf of the Witness Protection Program. The flight is out of Los Angeles International Airport in 4 hours.
You got it?
No. You lied, John, lied.
Are you sure this is the right place?
Of course I'm sure. South wall, under the light switch, near the guest bathroom. All right. There's only so many south walls, only so many light switches. Let's get to work.
Busy sidewalks, busy sidewalks. Trust in God.
No.
Okay, you trying to escape or just enjoying your final hours? All right. Oh, give me the other side.
Nothing. All right, let's move to the hall.
What about the party?
We gotta get out of here tonight. What choice do we have?
I get such a marvelous feeling from this piece. Almost as though it were three-dimensional and reaching out to me.
Let's see if we can get off this bed. We gotta roll off this bed.
Fine, but I land on top.
What else is new?
All right, go.
Okay. Oh, nice hips. What do you do, sharpen them when you get up in the morning?
I found something.
That's it. That's the box the coins are in.
we gotta wiggle. Let's wiggle.
Wiggle!
What is this? I'm responsible for the condition of this house.
Matthew, what the hell is going on around here? The workmen are tearing this place apart. Where are the hosts?
I'm sorry, Mr. Parrott. Yeah, I'll explain later. Let's get this.
Okay, it's working. Sure. Just feel a little like the only woman in a Turkish prison.
Damn. She must have found the coins and told Cody to jump in with her.
Go. Enough cheap thrills, Mr. Hopeless.
I'm heading to the L.A. airport to try and intercept them there. Chief, do me a favor. Notify the L.A. police to meet me, will you?
You better get out of there. They're coming home. Get out now.
Cody, hurry. Hurry, we don't have time. Hurry. Hurry!
We can get out of this.
Let go. Let go. Hurry. Hurry.
Place closed. Come on. Let's go.
Cody? Daddy?
Almost got my chestnuts roasted on an open fire.
You okay?
Fine. What about the fire?
Smoke alarm will have the fire trucks here in a few minutes.
I heard them say they have a private plane standing by to take them from Palm Springs to the LA airport.
That's what they think.
Mr. and Mrs. Powell, checking in.
This is Mr. Powell checking out.
You're under arrest for grand theft, attempted homicide, and murder.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Guess we should have gone to Paris together. We'll always have Palm Springs.
Can you believe this? My first year in the most desirable sunny spot in the world, and we get the worst blizzard in the valley's history.
Hey, what are you talking? I kind of like this. It makes me feel at home.
Hey, I don't believe this for a minute. I mean, not only is it not snowing, but it's 85 degrees and balmy out there. What kind of a con job are you two trying to pull this time?
No con job, bro. We're just trying to make our friends east of here feel at home, that's all.
That's right. So we're taking a moment to wish each and every one of our viewers a very Merry Christmas from all of us on the cast and crew of P.S.I. Love.
Oh, yeah. Hey, for once you two had a good idea. Yeah. From all of us in Palm Springs, California, to all of you throughout the world, Merry Christmas.
And P.S. We love you. Merry Christmas.
Now it's my turn to write you a letter. Misusing the mail is a crime. Things that you said are spinning round in my head. A little bomb will learn you.
Tomorrow, get ready for the NFL on CBS. Check local listings for the game in your area. And be sure to check in live at 12:30 Eastern for the NFL Today. Tomorrow on CBS Sports. Thanks for being with CBS tonight. Now get ready for your local news.